This is the rum I made today, and today I'm showing you how I made it, and how it tastes, of course. Hey, how you doing? Today we got the still running behind me because we're doing an absolutely massive batch of rum. I'm Caleb from Big Red's Authentic Shine, and let's get into it. Currently I'm doing the first stripping run of the rum I made last week, and man, I did not have high hopes for this, but it is so good. Like the molasses flavor coming out right now, and
make you want to kick a fat kid at Kmart.
it's good. Like I'm really happy with this. So while that distills, I've been doing some prep trying to empty out the fermenter, which with a big barrel like this, it's a bit of a hassle. Okay, so the stripping run's starting to taste really watery and tailsy, so I'm gonna go turn it off and get the new batch in there. Okay, so before I put in the next run, the condenser water is a little bit warm, so I'm gonna drain it and get some new water. Wow, was that a siphon? Oh my god, you're so smart, Caleb. Look at you. Alright, so the still's heating up right now, but that's gonna take a while. We've got a bit of time to kill, so why don't I take you through a bit of a tour of the setup. So the basic rundown is that it's a 50-liter converted keg with a 220-volt internal heating element powered by a dryer amp feeding into a 10,000-watt converter. And everything's condensed using a big cooler, a fountain pump, and this little tube. I used to have this big, huge pool pump, but it got damaged and started electrifying the water, which is a little sketchy.
I like to run my stripping runs pretty fast and hot just to kind of get them over with. So I just want to check the proof of everything coming off the still. About 70%, so it's pretty standard. Also, I'm storing all my low wines and feints in this big carboy because I do not have enough jars.
Batch number 3 is rolling, the still's heating up. It is a good day. One problem though, the carboy with all the feints and low wines is almost full. Don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Okay, the one big thing that I'm noticing with all these stripping runs is I'm not getting as much alcohol as I think, which means I'm probably not gonna get as much product. But upside, it's all tasting amazing. Okay, we're at the end of stripping run number 3, and yeah, that's getting funky, but it's real tailsy. So I'm gonna start getting ready for batch number 4. It does pain me a little bit to dump out the dunder because this is having some really good flavors, and normally I'd save the dunder to add to a later batch, but I'm just not gonna do another batch of rum for quite a while. So it's worth it for me to dump it right now. Actually, I will save a bucket because I'm doing a sweet feed whiskey next week, and maybe I'll add a little bit in. Why not? Fuck, that's hot. It was around this time that I had a few friends coming over, so I decided to enlist some help in moving the bucket to a more accessible position. And of course, I finished the night off with some Settlers of Catan. Okay, final stripping run. But once again, I am posed with the question of how am I going to get everything from the fermenter into the boiler? I don't know. Luckily, last night Rieger gave me a small hand propping this up on some boards and a cement block. Don't know how much that's going to help. Okay, the best idea I have right now is I'm going to use this little spout right here to slowly fill up one bucket, pour this bucket into another bucket, and then siphon that into the still, and we're golden.
We're rolling, baby. Oh yeah, round 4.
I am out of jars, and I don't know what to do. These 2 are the only ones I have left. Okay, it's been 2 days, and I am finally finished the stripping runs, and I can actually start on the spirit runs, and we're almost there. We're wrapping it. Alrighty, with it being time for the spirit run, let's look at our haul of low wines. We have 1 carboy, all my jars, and a fucking pot. Time for the spirit run, I guess. Okay, so it may or may not be 11:30 at night now because something came up, and I still have to get this done. But that's okay. That's fine. We're going authentic moonshining, I guess. To even remotely get through this night, I am going to need at least a bit more caffeine. In all honesty, this was probably one of the hardest nights I've had in a long time. I was extremely tired. The only thing keeping me awake was a couple energy drinks, video editing, and reading. I'm 90% sure I kept micro sleeping during the night, and I have no idea how this run turned out okay. But by the morning, I was finished and ready to go work an 8-hour workday, which I was tired and probably slightly intoxicated for. This shit's been going for 7 hours. I started at 1:30 in the morning and it's like 9 a.m. right now. I work in about an hour and a half. We'll figure it out.
Okay, the hydrometer says it's still going, but this hydrometer does weird me out because instead of reading from the meniscus, like everything in chemistry and every hydrometer I've ever used, you read from the flat part of the bend.
I don't like
which
it.
is it's just strange, it's not normal, it's weird.
We're almost done. Distillation's finished. We're finished. We're almost there. Put on the pirate hats, because right now all we have to do is just basically drink a whole lot of rum. We're gonna taste all the jars, choose what we want to keep, choose what we want to throw away. We're in for a good time. Jar number 1, cough medicine, gasoline, a little bit of molasses. Jar number 2, less medicinal, a little more fruity. Still tastes like cough medicine. Jar number 3, still not great. Jar number 4 is very empty. Very fruity. Little medicinal.
I mean, it's alright, like.
Maybe pile. Jar number 5, pretty good. I'm not putting jar 4 or 5 in. Jar number 6, I have high hopes. That's the first jar that I actually want to drink. You know, let's hope nobody needs a ride, because I definitely should not drive. Very funky on the nose. Very, very fruity. Good though. Good though. Good. Fruity. Exactly how a rum should be. Buttery, full mouth, delicious. Tailsy, but good tailsy. Very, very interesting. I don't think I can taste anything. I think I killed my palate. And jar number 11. That is fucking delicious. That is so good. Oh my god. 13. Jar number 13. It tastes like ass. I'm finished on jar number 13. We're done. Okay. With all the jars tasted, I've decided these are the 6 I'd like to keep. These are the throwaways. So let's go check these out, blend them all together, and proof them down. Okay, now that we're finished blending, it's all in one homogeneous mixture. I'm gonna proof it down to probably around 40-45% and bottle it. Okay, so looking at the proof and doing some math, I'm bottling everything in 500 milliliter jars, which means I'm gonna need 280 milliliters of the rum and 220 milliliters of the water to get it around 45% for drinking. Okay, with the rum finished, there's only one thing left to do. Label and enjoy. Okay, so I'm gonna try the rum now. And there's just one thing I hope, that I enjoy it, because I have a lot of it. 14 liters to be exact. Very strong molasses, kind of fruity notes. You get a lot of the apricot, similar to stuff like Appleton Estate. Very Jamaican Dundee rum.
Impressive. Very nice.
First sips on the palate, really smooth. Not a ton of sharpness, a little bit on that first sip. Second sip was fine. Very fruity, pretty tame. Got to keep in mind right now this is a silver rum, so you're not going to get as much flavor. I'm tasting a few kind of stringent notes from the turbo yeast. Not my favorite yeast to use, but still very good. Very Dundee, lots of flavor for a white rum. I'm really excited to see what a bit of time on oak is going to do to this. Okay, all the best, shine on, enjoy making some rum.